Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? Welcome to a brand new Fallout 76 news video. Today we have our first look at Season 10, which is called Red Rocket Presents the City of Steel. That's arriving in just under 2 weeks' time. And we have a look at the new community calendar with all the weekend and seasonal events happening for the rest of the year as well. So let's dive into this. Okay, yeah, so we have a shiny new season to take a look at, and it looks quite cool. I've got a hunch this is going to have a pretty decent set of rewards this time around, although we'll have a look at all of those in more detail tomorrow, so do keep an eye out for that. This one's going to be arriving alongside the Expeditions update, which, as I say, is just less than 2 weeks out now. It's a week on Tuesday, 13th September, so that's when the season changeover will be happening. It's when Season 10 will start, so the 12th, therefore, will be the last day for the current season, if you're still running your way through that. So something to bear in mind there. Let's jump in, have a little look at this season and the community calendar as well. So, Red Rocket presents the City of Steel, Fallout 76 Season 10. Very, very cool. Yeah, liking the artwork for that, up to the usual standard, very much in that 1950s Fallout style that's going on there. Definitely liking it, little Red Rocket vibe. Cool. So, a little too far there. Visit the City of Steel during Season 10. We're gearing up to bring Expeditions to Fallout 76 with the pit later this month on September 13th. When we do, we're going to kick off Season 10 with a new scoreboard and a broad array of new rank-up rewards, including the Auto Axe, Union Power Armor, and much, much more. We're also sharing a look at our plans through to the end of 2022 with the latest community calendar. So yeah, got a couple of new things that we haven't sort of seen before on the scoreboard coming this time, which is really, really cool. Definitely looking forward to that. I think it's going to give it a little bit of a refresher and definitely make the rewards available look a little bit more interesting, I think, than some of the seasons have been. There have been ups and downs, but yeah, this is a promising start anyway. So, have your surroundings begun to grow a bit dull? Are your day-to-day responsibilities and humdrum household chores dragging you down? Then perhaps it's time for a change of scenery. Ride shotgun alongside Red Rocket for a road trip deep into the heart of America to experience the sights and sounds of Sterling, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Take in a breathtaking views of the city's towering skyline, get acquainted with its friendly and hard-working citizens. Well, some of them are anyway. And explore its rich history at the center of the US steel production. Do all this and more as you rank up in all new Fallout 76 Season 10 scoreboard. Red Rocket Across America presents the City of Steel. So there we go, there's the overview of the theme, tying in quite nicely to Expeditions. So, what's new in Season 10? Well, a couple of things actually, which is quite cool. For the first time ever, you'll be able to unlock the ability to craft a brand new gear. So not just skins and all the usual stuff, the currencies and camp objects, though those are there too, but also actually new gear available via the scoreboard, which is relevant to pay attention to because I don't know if it's going to be available anywhere else. It might make an appearance on the Atomic Shop later, or possibly via the bullion vendors, but if you miss out, you're certainly going to have a long wait for it, so something to bear in mind. So, for the first time ever, you'll be able to unlock the ability to craft brand new gear like weapons and power armor by ranking up on the City of Steel scoreboard. The iconic Auto Axe automatic melee weapon is making its debut in Fallout 76 at rank 15, and you can build your very own set of Union Power Armor as you achieve various ranks through Season 10. In addition, stamps are a currency being introduced in the pit update. Yep, you'll earn those via completing Expeditions. Specifically, or more specifically, you'll earn most of them by doing side objectives rather than the main one. You'll get a few for doing the main objective, but you need to do the side ones to get the most stamps. The stamps will help you unlock plans of your choosing from the Expedition's rare reward pool by visiting Giuseppe inside the White Springs Refuge. So he'll be inside the White Springs. He's hanging out where Bubbles currently is. In fact, Bubbles is staying there, but he's partially taking over that room. And yeah, you'll be able to pick up all the plans and add-ons and a whole load of camp stuff as well from him for stamps. So if you're interested in more on this particular topic, keep an eye out, notification bell and all that, because ahead of the launch of Expeditions, I'm planning a fairly substantial guide overview, detailed look at Expeditions and everything you need to know to jump in. So keep an eye out for that one. There's going to be a lot of information in there. So yeah, we get a little look at the Auto Axe, obviously a revamp for 76, but this is a weapon that first appeared in Fallout 3's Pit DLC, obviously being brought back to life for 76 in the form of Expeditions this time around. In the right hands, the industrious Auto Axe is a workhorse that can chew through any obstacle in your path. With a little know-how and elbow grease, you can modify it to dish out poison, electrical, or fire damage. So yeah, comparable to, say, a chainsaw or something like that. On that note, incidentally, chainsaws and rippers and so on and so forth, those presumably Mr. Handy Buzzblades as well, those automatic melee weapons are getting a bit of an overhaul and a rework and a polish up ahead of this update, so that will be arriving with the update in a couple of weeks. So hopefully those should be a lot more useful, a lot more functional, and you'll also be able to make legendary versions of them, which we currently can't do. So as of the update, that's something to bear in mind. If you're interested in checking it out, that would be your primary opportunity, I guess. So we get a little look at the pit power armor here, the Union power armor, which looks quite cool. Definitely a very industrial vibe to that. The new power armor looks like it's probably going to be the go-to set. Definitely the best one. It's got a new set of resistances and it's got carry weight bonuses as well. So probably worth looking into that. And it looks like it comes from the scoreboard as well. So definitely a bonus there. So, perfect for your forays into the pit. You will receive 150 poison resistance and 75 carry weight bonuses whenever you're wearing a full set of Union power armor. So there's a little look at it now. There's obviously paint jobs for it as well, and all the usual mods and stuff, and of course it can be legendary too, through the usual system. Obviously the modifications and stuff like that you'll have to get by completing expeditions and turning your stamps into Giuseppe. So rank up to add even more stamps to the collection you will be building by participating in expeditions after the pit update goes live. Visit Giuseppe to exchange your stamps for the Auto Axe and Union Power Armor mods, and as well as to learn additional rare crafting plans. So yeah, all those coming through at the update. And it does sound like here, perhaps not too surprisingly, stamps will be added to the available currencies that you can get as rank up rewards on the scoreboard. It's not surprising, all the others are on there, so makes sense that stamps might make an appearance on the scoreboard as well. But that's cool, so more stuff, more things to spend that on as well will be arriving with this update. So, fresh set of season rewards, as per. As always, the scoreboard for the City of Steel will feature more than 100 rank up rewards for you to claim during your Season 10 journey. Some you may already be familiar with, such as in-game currencies, consumables, and perk card packs. There will also be a wide variety of cosmetics up for grabs, like outfits, backpack flares, that was a hard word, player icons, and more. In addition to learning to craft Union power armor itself, you can pick up Union-themed paints for all of your other armor and power armor sets. Weapon skins for the Auto Axe, Flamer, double-barreled shotgun as well will help you traverse Appalachia and the pit in style. So yeah, good to see a few more skins and stuff coming in, always welcome. We'd like to see them for a few more coming for weapons that get used a lot that perhaps don't have so many, or just ones that get used the most would benefit from having more options available, seeing as, you know, we use them the most. But nonetheless, a few more skins are nice. Flamer's certainly a good addition, and the Auto Axe certainly makes sense as well. For those whose sights are set homeward, the Pittsburgh Palace structure can make for a charming addition to any Appalachian abode. Utility items like the radiation glove box, as well as plenty of decor including traffic lights, steel barrels, fire hydrants, and even toxic waste, will help city dwellers feel right at home in your camp. So yeah, whole load of new camp stuff as well, as we would expect. And let's have a look at some of them. So they haven't spelled out where and when and why, but we can get a little look at some of this stuff here as we scroll through. So that's the Hellcat's power armor with the Union paint on it. Got that kind of orangey brown vibe that's in keeping with the look of the pit very much. It's very orange, the pit. And there's the T65 version of it. Looks alright. Secret Service armor version as well, not surprising. It's basically the same theme but designed around each individual set of armor. There's the robot armor. Some Under Armour, which is quite cool. I'm not sure if that's a paint job. I'm guessing that's an entirely new set of Secret Service style Under Armour that you can acquire. I'll have to have a look and see. This is probably new Fanatics armour that we'll get from doing expeditions, I think, because I don't recognise this. It could be Botsmith armour, so I could be wrong. One of those. Either way, it looks to be one of the newer sets, either from the last update or the new one. Again, with the pit sort of paint on it. Hard to tell, not having seen the plain basic version, which sort of what it looks like normally compared to this, so not sure how big an impact it's having, but on the other hand it does look alright, so yeah, another alternative set of armour. I think this is probably, that looks sort of like it's a salvaged power armour frame chest part that's forming the armour, which makes me think it's coming from the pit, because there's a whole load of armour the Fanatics wear that has that vibe, which is quite cool to say the least. So yeah, definitely looking forward to having a look at that. New backpack, which looks pretty cool. I like the design on it. It looks very uncomfortable. Can't imagine I'd like to carry that around for a long period of time, but still, new backpack skin. I'm guessing this is a stash box. I don't know. Definitely got that pit vibe, though. Very, very utilitarian and square. But I can see that being used for numerous things. Certainly, if nothing else, it'll make good little sort of side tables and stuff like that, as well as being a stash box. So I can see that getting some use. This is the Pittsburgh Palace prefab, which, as you can see, is kind of related to the makeshift mega mansion that was made out of all of the trailer homes. This one is made out of trams from Pittsburgh, and obviously shipping containers as well. Looks like we've got 4 rooms in there, as well as a foundation space on the front, which is cool. Definitely looking forward to that. I'm going to be doing a build with that, I have no doubt. It should be very, very cool. It looks like there's a decent amount of space outside as well to do stuff with, so yeah, we should be able to do some cool stuff in there. Down for that. Looking forward to that. I'm not quite sure what this is. It looks halfway between a petrol pump and one of those things you sometimes see in science labs where you stick your hands into the gloves and then you can manipulate whatever's inside the box without getting exposed to contaminants. So it could be something like that. The picture's at kind of an awkward angle to tell what it actually is. But yeah, potentially, it looks like it's Arctos Industries from the look of that across the top, I think. So I'm guessing that sort of medical experiment thing with it's a contained box thing that I don't know the name of, and I feel like I really need to for the purpose of this. But yeah, it looks like it's one of those things that you stick your hands into the gloves and self-contained that you'll have probably seen in every sci-fi series ever. So yeah, that will be potentially cool to have in your camp, especially if you're doing sort of science-themed camps. There is the new traffic light. It looks like a wall light, which is cool. We've already got one, but this is a little bit more slimline and a different vibe. I actually quite like that vibe. Less chunky and looks a bit more salvaged than the one we have available already, so that's cool. So we've got a stack of barrels here with the radioactive signs sticking out of them. That'll be nice for camps. The one thing I am concerned about with this is this bit of ground around the bottom of it, which I suspect comes with it. I'm suspecting this is a whole one single piece. The drawback being, if you drop this in, say, the cranberry bog, for example, that's really going to stick out like a sore thumb and it won't look right at all. So maybe have to bear that in mind. It's a bit like the Fashionac fire, the bonfire with the Old Man Winter thing on it that you can get from that event. If you put that in the wrong part of the map, the contrast in colour between the earth at the bottom of it and the earth you've actually placed it on is pretty obvious and it looks weird. But that said, there are ways to kind of hide that as well, so who knows, maybe we can make some cool use out of it. We'll have to see. I'm looking forward to picking it up. And I'm guessing this is a wallpaper and a floor, or possibly 2 types of floor, or possibly both. Hard to say, because they haven't specified here, but either way, I do like the textures. I particularly like this one. That's quite nice as well, but I think I like that a bit more. That rough stone look is very, very cool. Definitely going to get some use out of that. As with the previous season, Fallout First members will still be able to unlock bonus rank-up rewards throughout Season 10, complete extra challenges, and once again claim up to 3 separate score boosts. So those of you who have Fallout First, you can get some extra rewards and get through the scoreboard a bit faster. Or, depending on how you look at it, if you look at it the way I've done it, which is just generally having less pressure to keep up the dailies, because you're making up extra sort of difference on the back end anyway, so that makes it just that little bit easier to make sure you get through the season if you're a Fallout First member, which is always nice. For more details about what's in store for all players on Fallout 76 Season 10, and to check out many more rewards that will be yours as you rank up, be sure to stop by the season's website. So link there, as always I'll link this post below, and I'll go through all of that tomorrow in a video as well, and we'll have a look at all of the rewards individually. So there we go. Quick look at 76's new season arriving on the 13th, so it's in just under 2 weeks, and of course the current season, Season 9, will end just ahead of that, just ahead of the maintenance period, which will likely be middle of the day, as it usually is, so keep an eye out for that one. And of course, make sure you claimed all of the rewards you want from Season 9 as well, because once it changes over, you won't be able to access the old scoreboard anymore, so if you haven't claimed it, you'll lose those rank-up rewards, so make sure you go back through and claim anything you haven't picked up ahead of the changeover, which will be happening, as I say, on the 13th of September. It's Tuesday. So, the community calendar. We're entering the final few months of the year, shockingly already, that one's gone past again really quick. And while the pit update will bring a major new feature to the game in form of expeditions, we've still got plenty more in store for all our favourite vault dwellers. From our usual gamut of weekend activities like Hunt for the Treasure Hunter, Double XP, Script Surplus and more, to the return of community favourite seasonal events, our latest community calendar has you covered. As we round out 2022 and the holiday season gets underway, we're excited to introduce new permanent public events, a lot of P's in that, along with a monstrous new region boss in the Nuka World on Tour update in December. Check out the community calendar above, which we'll do in just a sec, and mark down the important dates and activities, or just save it to your desktop or something, that's what I do. So yeah, the Nuka World on Tour has got a whole load of cool stuff coming up on it, and some bits and pieces are starting to be data mined from that now, so those of you on Twitter and Reddit may have seen some of the stuff on there. It looks like it should be quite good fun. There's still a whole lot of unanswered questions there, but we've got the pit to get through first, so let's figure that update out first, I think. Let's have a look at this community calendar. So, September, and we are there already, crikey. So I'm just going to whip through this and have a look at the cool stuff. So September's relatively quiet. The biggest thing, obviously, is the arrival of the pit on the 13th, so that's there. And yeah, massive new repeatable endgame content with loads to do, loads of variations, and a whole slew of new rewards, and of course the new season arriving there as well. And the other thing that's particularly interesting, I think, here is the final weekend of September, rolling into the beginning of October, is when Minerva's big sale will be. So everything she's had in the preceding weeks, she'll have back all at once again, the final weekend of the month. So moving forward into October, it's the 25th anniversary of Fallout, apparently, this October. I didn't know that. That's very cool. Wondering if Bethesda will do any extra bits and pieces for that. I'd be a little disappointed if we don't hear something about that. Seems like an opportunity that they should probably not let slide, really. But we will have to see, I guess. There's definitely a Camp Creations theme on there, as well as a supernatural theme. So if you want to celebrate it with your camp, that's an option. Hopefully we'll see a whole bunch of stuff and some cool stuff happening. But we'll have to wait and see. Who knows? But in October, we do have on the 4th to the 18th, that's the first 2 weeks, first full 2 weeks, we have Invaders from Beyond is returning, so I can't imagine there'll be any new rewards on that one, but for those who might have missed out on a few of them, there's an opportunity to grab it again. For those who have got everything, like me, the lack of new rewards is a bit meh, of course, but at the same time, there's a lot of decent scrap you can have at that event as well, and it can be quite good fun, so top of the hour each time when that one comes back around, so good opportunity to dive into that, get yourself loads more circuitry and things like that, and of course the alien weapons and gear and bits and pieces as well for your camp, which is cool. We have a Caps Aplenty, so double caps available at vendors from the 13th to the 17th, so that's the back end of the Invaders event. And it's being followed immediately by a Hunt for the Treasure Hunter, which is great as well, because, again, as I keep saying, there's still a whole bunch of stuff I need from that event. So yeah, good bunch of rewards still to be grabbed from that. That's the 20th to the 24th, that weekend. And at the end of October, as we might expect, Spooky Scorched Halloween event is returning. So that's a two-parter. It's much like the Holiday Scorch, except spooky-themed. They'll be running around all over the map. You can hunt them down in their Halloween outfits and get Halloween candy from them, legendary items, and the opportunity to get Halloween-themed rewards as well. Plus, there's the opportunity to do challenges and stuff by collecting candy, putting it in your candy bowl at your camp, and going to other people's camps and collecting candy and trick-or-treating at other camps. So I don't doubt they'll give us a more detailed overview of that nearer the time. Hopefully we'll get a load more rewards added to this particular pool, because, yeah, I got most of them, I think, last time around, but there's a lot of costumes and outfits in that pool, so if you're looking for something different to wear, that one will be good at the end of October. November is, on the whole, a little bit less exciting. Minerva's big sale for October, early November, is a little bit later this time around, so it'll be the 3rd to the 7th, so that first weekend in November. The second weekend is a double XP weekend, so November 10th to November 14th, middle of November, which is cool. That's when we were hoping Starfield was going to release. But there we go. Double XP right there, which is cool. And Call to Action Challenge event. Now, this is interesting. I'm wondering if this is going to be a community challenge thing, circa, Fortifying Atlas before Steel Dawn came out, wherein we were, as a community, dropping stuff off for Russell Dorsey to build up Fort Atlas. Maybe we'll have some kind of community-based set of challenges where everybody contributes and the community as a whole's ability, input rather, is sort of tabulated and collated, and we achieve rewards based on that. I hope it's something like that, because that will be fun. But again, we'll find out nearer the time in November, I don't doubt. But there's a big community event happening from the 15th to the 29th, so that's the second half of November. And the other thing is the last weekend in November as well. We've got a whole bunch of sales on the go. We've got double script and double caps there as well, which is nice. So moving into December, gets a little busy again. This is when the Nuka World update will come by. I would imagine that'll be the first or the second Tuesday of December, so let's have a quick gander at what that'll be. Tuesday the 6th seems like the most likely one. It's the first Tuesday and it's almost a full week in, so yeah, I'm guessing Tuesday the 6th probably for Nuka World on tour, especially with Christmas only being 2 weeks after that, so seems likely that will probably, speculatively, be the date for that one. But we have a double mutations weekend running up to that at the start, and Minerva's big sale just afterwards, so I reckon we'll see Nuka World on tour there. That, as we can see, we'll have a whole new bunch of public events, so there'll probably be 3 of those. I think that's what they're going for. So a bit like they added Moonshine Jamboree and Eviction Notice and Test Your Metal. There we go. That's the name of the whole update. So like they added those 3 events, they will be doing something similar come December and adding a few more as well in the same sort of vein. So that will be arriving at the start alongside Nuka World on Tour, along with the new region boss. That should be interesting. I'm hoping that kind of compares somewhat to, say, the Scorched Beast Queen in its scale. I would imagine it will. And of course, Season 11, when that comes around, will be the start of December as well, running through probably until March, that one. That'll be a longer season, I suspect. On the 20th of December, the Holiday Scorched event returns, and that runs through to the new year, January the 3rd, which I'm guessing is also a Tuesday. It's usually when these things flip over, or Monday maybe. So, yep, that's going to be good fun. Nice opportunity to kind of hunt down those Holiday Scorched, get a few unique rewards, that sort of thing, Christmas-themed stuff over the Christmas period. We've got a double XP weekend on the Christmas weekend, so it's running from the 22nd to the 26th. That'll end on Boxing Day. Can't imagine there'll be a lot of people playing Fallout on Christmas Day, but I imagine some will. So there's the opportunity to dive into that one. And we've got a couple of sales again and extra script available over the New Year's weekend. And so, there we go. First look at the new season. Looks like it's going to be fun. I'm going to get a whole load of new stuff that we weren't otherwise getting, with new power armor set and the new weapon available there as well as stamps coming through the new season as well, which is cool. It makes the season a bit more worthwhile to work through, I think, which is definitely a win. We'll have to have a look at the rest of the rewards for that. I'll do that one in a separate video tomorrow, as we've been going for more than long enough for now, I think. And yeah, the new community calendar looks about normal for this time of year. There's a few good events that I'm looking forward to jumping into. Glad to see Invaders return. I mean, I think I've got all of the rewards from that now, but the event's fun, and the scrap's always worthwhile from that as well. And the Halloween event, Christmas events, and Hunt for the Treasure Hunter coming back as well. There's double XP in there, so plenty to be sinking our teeth into, and I'm looking forward to having a crack on with that. Actually, there's 2 double XPs as well, because there's one on Christmas, isn't there? So, yeah. Plenty to be going on with it, as well as the pit update, which is just under 2 weeks out now, which is really, really cool. So, I do hope you folks found this useful and informative. Do keep an eye out for upcoming videos. As I say, we'll go through all the rewards in the new season tomorrow, and probably just ahead of the pit update coming live, I'm going to do, as I say, a really big overall guide video to expeditions and all the ins and outs of that. So if you are interested, do keep an eye out for that one. That will be coming nearer the time. And yeah, I'm imagining we'll get a bit more detail on the pit as well, probably next week as well, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. As well, of course, a build video at the weekend. So, do keep an eye out for that. If you want to catch all that, likes and subs are very much appreciated. Down below the video, as always, social media links, merch store, channel memberships, all those other buttons down there as well. If you want to support the channel in that way, I hugely appreciate it. It really, really helps out. Massive, massive thanks to everyone who's done that already. I very much appreciate. And if you get a chance, of course, do join us for live streams. We are playing our way through Fallout 76. Looking forward to getting stuck into the new content. And of course, we're working through The Witcher 2 as well at the moment, which has been really good fun. And we're going to have to figure out what's coming afterwards, because we're in the latter stages of that now, and I've really been enjoying it. So I do hope you join us for those as well. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.